What's up, everyone, and welcome back, or welcome to your first visit. My name is Matt. On this channel, I review brand new cars, such as this one. Well, this is 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Just came out not too long ago. I'm here at Subaru of North Orlando, and today I'll take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, technology, and of course, a test drive. So if you enjoy watching videos like this and want to see more automotive content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like anything about this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Now let's get back to this. The Crosstrek is, of course, the subcompact SUV, crossover SUV from the brand. It's been around since about 2013, and it had a few hybrids before. It had a hybrid, it had a plug-in hybrid, and then it didn't have a hybrid for last year. Now it's back. Now it's a completely different hybrid system. Let's see if Subaru made it better and what it's all about. But before I tell you about the engine, let's start with the exterior. And I think the saying, if you've seen one, you've seen them all, it's right about this one. Now, it hasn't really differed anything from the regular non-hybrid version. It hasn't really differed from the previous years, as far as I can see. So we have the LED lights, daytime running lamps, turn signals, and the LED fog lamps right at the bottom. We have this texture cladding that's all around this vehicle, as well as the bottom portion of it, that, of course, to protect it from scratching. Now, right here, as far as the grille, we have quite a bit of open spaces to help with cooling off the engine, the big Subaru logo, and this shiny black trim. Now, let me pop the hood open. Let's talk about this new hybrid. And here you'll find the 2.5-liter boxer 4-cylinder engine with electric hybrid drive technology. And what that means, it's a regular engine, naturally aspirated, that produces about 162 horsepower and 154 pound-feet of torque, with the addition of 2 electric motors. The total output is 194 horsepower, and the transmission is continuously variable transmission. Of course, the 4-wheel drive, the all-wheel drive is standard on all Subarus, and this one has the mechanical symmetrical all-wheel drive system, unlike some of the other hybrids that put just the electric motor on the rear axle, making it like the e-all-wheel drive. Now, the gas mileage is about 36 combined, so it's not the greatest out of all of the subcompact hybrids, but we're going to definitely check out how it drives and the quietness of the cabin, driving dynamics, the whole 9 yards at the end of this video. What else we have? So we have this prop stick on one side and some sound insulation. Now let's check out the rest of the exterior. As far as the dimensions, we have a total length of 176 inches, the width at 70.9, height 63 inches, and the wheelbase 105.1. We have the ground clearance of 8.7 inches, and let's take a look and see what else is going on. As far as the wheels, 18-inch, these are the hybrid exclusive rim design, and the size of the tire, 225 by 55. We, of course, have that textured cladding around the wheels with the hybrid badge on the side of the door. Now, the blacked out mirrors with the turn signals and blind spot assist inside of here. We also have these 2 grooves on the door handle, indicating that it has the remote entry system, and we have the regular roof rails. Now let's move on to the back. Oh, by the way, this is where the gas door is on the passenger side. Let's take a look in the back and let's see what's going on here. And the back end kind of looks a little sporty. Now we have the LED as far as the tail lamps, but regular incandescent light bulb for the turn signal. And it looks like the regular incandescent light bulb for the reverse lights as well. Now at the bottom, we have this texture trim that's shaped kind of in the diffuser style. And the exhaust is on the right-hand side, although you don't see. And the exhaust tips, reflector lights. And then we have this kind of cool looking trim over here with the mountains and the forest and the ocean. So yeah, this is for definitely the adventurous people, right? Now, rear view camera, Subaru logo, exposed wiper, and the third brake light. Let's pop this open and let's see what else we have. So yeah, the manual gate right here opens up, but that reveals about 19 cubic feet of storage space. And let's see, because I think the batteries are right here. Yeah, so the batteries are right in the back, so there's no space for spare tire. So instead, you just have this little fix-a-flat kit, and you have the cargo cover. The seats are foldable, 60-40 split, and if you do that, you're going to get about 55 cubic feet of storage. Now, let's see what's underneath there. The little storage. Oh yeah, this is where the compressor is for your fix-a-flat, and this is what's going on in the back. Let's take a look and see if I would have some room on the interior. I'm 6 feet tall, give or take. Sometimes give, sometimes take. Let's see if I can fit behind the seat that's adjusted to my regular driving position. Yes, I can. There's not much room in front of my knees. There's a little room above my head, like right in the middle there. If I sit here, it's okay. Now on the sides, not so much, because there is this indent providing a little bit more headroom. I'll show you that while on the interior. Plenty of shoulder room, no complaints here. Seats are on the firmer side. Let's see how they look. And starting with this rear door panel, this is where I have a problem with a lot of those compact SUVs or the different manufacturers. This is all hard plastic materials. Even though it's nicely broken up by the different colors, but it's still hard plastic. It kind of feels cheap. Now we have the softer material on the armrest, a little bit more storage at the bottom and the speaker. That's about it. Moving on to the interior of this vehicle. Here we have another mountain theme right here, and here is what looks like a vent, but this is actually the air intake to help with cooling of the batteries that are stored right underneath that floor. Now the seats on this model are fabric. Like I mentioned, they're kind of firm, but they feel durable too. We have some of this yellow accents or gold accents, if you will, and right in the middle you can open the console with the 2 cup holders in it. Moving up right here, this is that indent that I was talking about. It's kind of limited because if you are close to the side of this vehicle, you can definitely bang your head. Not so much headroom there. On the passenger side, we have a little bit more storage in the seat back, and right in the middle console, USB Type A, USB Type C port, and as you can see, there is no vents to the back of this vehicle, which is kind of a miss. In my opinion, I wish there were. I couldn't find any vents underneath the seats either. So hopefully the front ones are strong enough to cool the rear passengers or heat the rear passengers as well. But before we get inside, let's see, I probably need to open this. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. The sticker right here, 2026 Crosstrek Hybrid Sport trim. Now, as far as the MSRP, starting MSRP $33,995. We have the Crosstrek mirror package and the rear bumper cover. Destination at $1,420, $36,362. Now, keep in mind that this is the base trim. Now, they also have the limited trim, which is more equipped. Let's get inside, but before we do that, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Well, that is actually pretty nice and solid. Oh, by the way, the vehicle is assembled in Japan, so the quality might be a little bit higher. But here's the front door panel. Quite a bit of difference. Now we have, even though this is fabric, this is nice and soft. It feels good. It probably has a better sound insulation too. Also, the softer as far as the armrest. And then we have this kind of a carbon fiber simulated looking trim. We have the window mirror lock controls and the cup holder right here at the bottom. Now, moving inside, the seats are much more bolstered, of course, and the front, the same fabric, the same deal. Now, on the driver's side only, you have the power adjustment on the seats with the two-way lumbar support over here. And because this is a sport trim, we have some sportier pedals with the aluminum and rubber. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have the EV mode, dimmer, and this is where you open your gas tank, which, by the way, the gas door is located on the passenger side. And let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of this interior. And we're going to start with the sound of the closing door from the interior here. Boom. And that is nice and solid as well. Here's the steering wheel. All right, so it is fairly thin steering wheel, but we have the leather wrapping, we have some contrast stitch, and we have a bunch of buttons. So let's see what they are. So source, seek, track. This is, of course, for all your media. This controls what's going on in the instrument cluster, which we'll get to in just a little bit. And the phone hang up, pick up button, mute button. voice control and volume. That's what you'll have on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control. You have the lane keep assist, and then you have the S and I, so intelligent drive mode, so sport and intelligent, right? The S and I drive modes, the two different ones. I'm going to check that out, right? So as far as the pedal shifters, because it's a hybrid, I assume this might be for the region, but we're going to check that out while driving. And here you'll have the fully digital instrument cluster. So this is kind of a traditional design, but in the digital form. On the right-hand side, speedometer. On the left-hand side, your hybrid system. So now whether it's charging, eco, power, now I hit the accelerator. See, it says accelerator pedal is depressed, and I don't know. Depression is the real thing, guys, even for the accelerator pedal here. All right, so let's see what else we have as far as the information here. Is it really the only thing that we can change? No, of course not. So you can have your navigation system. You can have a different design of this instrument cluster. I think it's a big improvement, to be honest with you. Now they finally have something cool. 79 degrees outside, 11:17 a.m. right? And the different types of design. So your gear indicator at the bottom, fully charged as far as, not fully charged, but fully filled up as far as the gas. And by the way, the total range of this vehicle, almost 600 miles. So that's pretty good, actually. Okay, moving on to this infotainment system. Now, this is the older infotainment system. I believe the new Subaru Outback's coming out with something that's completely new and redesigned. But this we've seen so many times. Here's your navigation system. Remind me again, don't show again. All right, actually this navigation system looks much better here than it does in the middle here. I believe these are the TomTom navigation that they use. Kind of outdated graphics, you know, nothing really super cool about this. Push the home button again. Your radio has the AM, FM, and the Sirius XM, so your standard features on here. Move back to media, phone. Of course, we have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, both wireless. That's standard equipment. Different apps. Well, and here they are. And move back. My Subaru settings, car info display off. Moving on to the next screen, we have the valet mode, auto vehicle hold, vehicle dynamics control. Okay, and as with most of the Subarus with this generation and this type of screen, we have another like 1/3 of the screen that tells you the date, time, and the X mode. So you have the snow and dirt mode, normal, deep, snow, and mud. And I'm going to leave it at normal. There's no reason to check out anything else on the short test drive that we're going to do. And then we have the temperature control. So dual zone temperature control. Okay, and you can set it up to whatever temperature you want, sync it, unsync it, however you want it. You can hit the max AC. That does look powerful. However, the graphics, again, that looks like from that 1990s video game. Okay, let's see how the camera is. Put this in reverse, and here's another missed opportunity. Unfortunately, the camera quality is not the best. The clarity of the picture, again, not the best, and it doesn't take up the entire screen as it should. Does it have the trajectory lines that are active? Yes. So they move with when you move the steering wheel. So that is good as well. Put it back in park. Let's see what else we have. Down here at the bottom, you have the USB Type A, Type C, auxiliary outlet, and the wireless charging pad. And then we have this regular style shifter, okay, that you can move to the left. And that's, I guess you can switch the gears manually. So maybe the pedals are actually the simulated gears on the CVT, which obviously doesn't have gears. Heated seats, but no ventilated seats on this one. And this is the electronic parking brake. You can engage it and disengage it. 2 cup holders and a 12-volt power outlet. A little bit more storage in the console. Moving up here, this is what one of the options that you have is this digital compass mirror with the HomeLink system. So yes, this is actually a very useful feature. So you have the compass HomeLink system. And tilt and slide as far as the sunroof. We have the manual sunshade, and I believe the Limited does not have a sunroof as standard, but the Sport does, so go figure. And we have some illumination on the interior here, and illuminated mirrors, and the sun visors. Well, guys, since we already talked about the pricing, let's take it for a spin. And I know we talked about the pricing on this particular one. Let's talk about pricing of all the Crosstrek. So they have the non-hybrid, they have the hybrid. The base Crosstrek non-hybrid starts at $26,995, premium $27,995, sport at $30,625. Now we have the sport hybrid, jumps up about $1,300 to $33,995. Crosstrek Limited $32,995, and the Limited Hybrid $34,995. Of course, the Wilderness is at $33,795. So the Wilderness is non-hybrid. So hybrid only has the Sport and the Limited. The Limited Hybrid $34,995. So it's about $1,000 difference between the two. Now, I recently did a Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid, and it was about $36,000 was the XSE, top of the line with the premium package, and I was like, wow, this is expensive. Now I see that it's really in line with the Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Now the Corolla Cross had a slightly better gas mileage because it was 39 on the highway, 46 as far as the city mileage. So actually it was quite a bit better than this. Now we're going to try the acceleration here in just a little bit, because as these vehicles get the electric motors, of course the pickup should be much better. Now the total acceleration about 7.6, as far as the 0 to 60. Let's go. I gotta tell you, this is good. That's a good acceleration. I mean, 50 is exactly what we did, but that's a lot quicker, in my opinion, at least from 0 to about 20-30 than the regular non-hybrid Crosstrek. So yeah, I mean, that's a big improvement. The gas mileage is better. It's about 10 miles per gallon better than the non-hybrid. So if you were to stay within the same family and consider the Crosstrek Sport non-hybrid versus hybrid, I think I'd go with the hybrid. And we're back at the dealership, so it's time to sum it all up really quick. Overall, I think it's a great vehicle. And a lot of Subaru customers are very loyal to the brand, and no matter what, they will not go outside the brand. So that gives them an option to either go hybrid or no hybrid. 10 miles per gallon difference as far as the gas mileage, and $3,000, just give or take, between the Sport and the Sport Hybrid. That's the difference in here. I think definitely this is more fun. It's got the quicker acceleration, it's got the better gas mileage, it's got the newer technology. So I think this is definitely something to consider. Now, if you were to go outside of the Subaru lineup, there are other competitors, and this is just to mention that I just recently did the Corolla Cross Hybrid. There is also the Kia Niro Hybrid. Both of them have quite a bit better gas mileage. So maybe if that's something that you're looking for, you can definitely check one of those out. But anyways, guys, this is it. This is the Crosstrek Hybrid Sport. Let me know what you think about this video. I hope you had fun watching it, and I hope you learned something about this new vehicle. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more automotive content. If you like anything about this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.